Alrighty. Okay. I apologize. Something hear me it wouldn't let you comment. Yeah. It was something was acting really, really funny about that. All right, let me let you guys come back in really, really quick. So, all right. I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't see no comments or nothing. The devil was trying to stop me from talking about this thing. Hey, Dr. Valerie. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Some people are confused because they see what they would call a good woman or a good man with somebody who is not so up to par. Y'all can't hear me? We can't hear you. Oh man. Okay. All right. Can you hear now? Okay. Awesome. Okay. Most of y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So what I was saying is if you see somebody who winds up with who winds up in a relationship with someone who seems like their values are very different, you have to understand that there is still a self-image problem that goes on with one or the other person. It's just like someone who is in a relationship with someone who's abusive. Yes, the abuser needs some serious help, okay? But if you're in the relationship with someone who is abusing you and you are okay with that and you continue in an unhealthy relationship or relationship that you know is not something that is something that you should be a part of, then there is something wrong with you too. As a person. So you're not really in a situation where two values are different. Your values are the same. You have an idiot, but you have a problem with allowing someone to put a tag on your value and your worth. And so you wind up sticking with an idiot. And it is a self-image issue because no one really makes decisions in a relationship that outranks self-image. You're going to make a decision that reflects who you are. So, this is not always an issue of the other person being, oh, I'm with this guy. He's so, he doesn't treat me well. I'm with this girl who doesn't respect me, who doesn't pay me any attention, or who is, seductive or whatever. Well, there's a problem with you. There is something about you that have the same value systems as the person that you're connected with. There's an issue with your self-image. There's an issue with what you deem yourself to be worthy for. And so it has to be evaluated from a self-responsibility track, basically. So it's not something that they need to change about them. It's something that you need to change about you. And if you do attract a bunch of crazy people, again, you have to ask yourself, why do I attract these kinds of people? Okay. So, obviously most of you all do know, that, and this is just a basic, this is the law of attraction. This is basically that you're not, whatever you want, you're not going to get what you want. We all know that, you're just not going to get what you want. You're going to get pretty much probably more than likely. And I don't mean this in a mean way. You're going to get what you deserve because that's the value you've placed on you. And so it's almost like, when you're selling something, if you can get it for a cheap deal, then you deserve to get it for a cheap deal. I know that's not nice. But if you're going to buy something and they're going to sell it to you for cheap, you deserve it. I deserve to get it because I was able to hustle them and talk them into it. I was, and I love making good deals, but you don't make no good deal on yourself in your life. There is no good deal. You don't let somebody sell you short of your value, of your worth. So don't let nobody put a cheap price on you. That is a self-image issue. And your relationships will never flourish above you as a single individual. Your relationship is not going to grow you. It's not going to make you mature. A marriage is not going to, do anything special for you. You're going to do something special for it. Okay. you add to the relationship. The relationship don't really bless you or, make you or even break you. You invest in it. You add value to the marriage as an individual. And if you as an individual cannot add value to a marriage, don't expect marriage to make you something different than what you are. So you got to become, outside of marriage, what you need to be for a marriage. Okay. So I'm not going to get into the details. It won't fix your flaws. You know what they're going to do? They're going to expose your flaws. Okay. The marriage exposes. So, I got a lot to talk about. Jamal Miller and Natasha Miller, they're doing a single conference. And when I tell you, and I'm not a salesperson at all. I am not a salesperson. But when I tell you that this is, to me personally, one of the most amazing conferences that I have ever seen on being single, learning, what they're going to be teaching is learning, helping you to learn how to heal from your past, how to embrace your present, and how to prepare for your future. They have, I want to say, like 19 different sessions, like 20 something speakers who are all professional and who are all very highly gifted, and very skilled in what they're going to be talking about: breaking soul ties, why you're not married, the making of a godly woman, the making of a godly man, why life after divorce. There are so many different topics. Why your boo ain't came yet, that you think you were supposed to get. So, and it's more than just preparing for marriage. It's preparing for you, for life, for future, embracing your moment now, learning how to do that as a single person, being healed from your past. That talk about generational curses and reasons why you might not be married. This is an online conference. It's at tosc.com. The online singles conference, TOSC.com, 2016.com, TOSC2016.com. Somebody write that down. TOSC2016.com. Now, this is a conference that could easily cost a person, if they were going away, I mean, you could easily spend $500 on a conference like this. This conference is happening next, I want to get the dates right. I know it's next Friday and Saturday, whatever those dates are. Can somebody put those dates up? Next Friday and Saturday. It's a 2-day conference. Like I said, there's 19 sessions. You are not going to get this for the price that they are giving it to you for. And he really wants you, the 11th and the 12th. And he wants everybody to try to sign up and register before Sunday, because after Sunday, the prices will go up. Right now, it's under $100. You cannot find that, but the prices will go up after this weekend. There are some phenomenal speakers. Like I said, there's like 22 professional speakers that are going to be releasing wisdom and knowledge and information and application to have a healthy, successful single life until that time comes. And they will be helping to prepare you for what it takes to attract the type of person that you want for your future. So I encourage each and every one of you all to just sign up. And if you cannot, and you really want to buy it for this price now, because even if you cannot make it live, you will still be able to go back and watch it. So you don't want to wait till the prices go up, if you know it's something that you're going to, even if you can't do it live, they will have question and answers. So even if you can't do it live, you still want to purchase it for now. For those who are married, I'm going to go on a limb and say, I suggest you watch it too. So you can know, the thing about marriage is sometimes the window of opportunity to have done everything you need to do to have a successful marriage, that window of opportunity is slim, but sometimes you can still learn and benefit from the things that is taken to prepare a single person, because singleness is something that you also need to pursue in marriage. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, even if you married, you might want to purchase it, especially if you're someone who have if you're someone who has authority and influence over people, over if you have children who are teenagers, who are getting older, and the idea of dating is something that's becoming a reality, or if you are in environments where you can teach some of this stuff to people and really pass the message on to prepare those who you're influencing. You really want to learn yourself, just so you can know what is out there, what kind of information is needed to get single people on the right track. Because sometimes people just don't know. Like, I don't really know what to tell them. My daughter dating, and I don't know what's going on, or my kids that I'm a teacher, and my children are asking me questions about dating in high school, and so I think it's still for the price. I think it's still a valuable tool of resources that you can really use. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I think everybody should register for it. That's awesome. So I'm not going to go into detail with what I'll be speaking. You got to sign up. I'll be talking about the making of a godly woman, so I'll be talking about how do you increase your worth, how do you prepare to be single, what are the steps that it takes to become the kind of person that a godly man would become attracted to. And I think I have something to say about that, because of my experience, and I do think there were some things that I did to prepare myself. And it wasn't about the person and him having to be the light and shining armor and, riding on a white horse. It was about me. It was about the kind of woman that I needed to become. And I'll take you through those steps. A lot of the speakers will have amazing PowerPoint presentations so that you can follow along. I'm telling you, this conference is being done in excellence, And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not saying that because I love Natasha and Jamal, but it is being done in so much excellence. So, and I really want you guys to be on there and to benefit from it. Again, even if you can't make it because you got something to do next weekend, please still get the resources, buy the conference so that you can at least still have it to go back and watch. So I see some of you guys are already registered. I just wanted to throw that idea out there to you all for the single people that it's time to stop focusing on what you want and start focusing on what you need to become. Okay. That's the main point, but obviously I'll expound tremendously on that point and do a lot of other things during my session, and Dr. Matthew Stevenson will also be speaking, so you really want to be on there to definitely be a part of that. It's what you need to become. So switch the question, not what do I want, what kind of man do I want, but what kind of woman do I want to become? Not what kind of woman do I want, but what kind of man do I want to become to attract this beautiful, godly, reverencing, respectful, beautiful, attractive woman. What do I need to become? By the time me and my husband were dating, he had his own place. He had his own, vehicle. He had a job. He was already an author of a written book. I mean, he had some good credentials under his belt, and he was preparing himself for the kind of woman that he wanted, and I was doing the same. And so again, we attracted each other for a reason. This is not half hands, or what do you call it? Not by coincidence or by fate is what the word I'm looking for. It's not by fate that we became attracted to each other. It was who we are, who both of us was. And so we attracted to each other just because of our value system, our belief systems, our goals, where we were headed, our preparation for life, happenstance. I was trying to say that too at the same time. I had like 3 words in my brain. It was important for us to prepare ourselves for what we wanted. And I think he did a good job. And that's not to say that we didn't have to grow together and that we didn't have to mature, because marriage is a self-sacrificing journey. And you will learn a lot along the way, and it will expose you even on a greater level. But just what we did have was enough to allow our lives to come together in such a way And that was the prophetic, I think, part of it. It wasn't that it was like, prophetic in some of the ways that y'all think is prophetic, where y'all go up to somebody and be like, God told me that that's my spouse. Not that kind of prophetic, but a prophetic where our spirits were connected because of the energy that we had within us, with where we were going in life. So that's all going to matter. And again, do not be deceived if you feel like you see a relationship where one is like so well together. And listen, my husband laughs at me because when somebody who is crazy and I just think they just nuts out of this world, they not together. I don't understand how anybody could ever date them or be with them. Whenever he comes to me and say, yeah, this girl wound up getting a man and he seems pretty cool, or this woman or this man wound up getting a woman who seemed pretty cool, she seemed together, I look him in the eye, I say, if anybody dates that guy or that girl, I say something's wrong with them. That's what I say. I say something's wrong with them. Trust me. Oh, no, she seemed like a good. I say something's wrong with her. Trust me. Trust me, deep down within, something is wrong with a woman who would date a man that ain't got no job, that ain't got nothing going for himself, that live in his mama's basement, that ain't got no degree, no education, live off women, don't read his word, he don't pray. There's something wrong with her. Trust me, he did not get him a good woman. He got him a woman that matches where he is in life, whether it's disguised or not. Trust me. Okay. So you women who settle for low level men, and you men who settle for low level seductive Jezebel, I want to get you by trying to seduce you women, there is something within you that needs to be corrected. And just hear that. And be okay with that and evaluate that. Let it come to your awareness and just start there. Okay, this is not a judgment or anything. This is not a judgment, but start there. Try to ask yourself, why would I want to end up with someone like him if I feel like my values are elsewhere? Start asking yourself the questions, why? When did this happen? Why do I stay? Why is this the company of another person that's not going where I feel like I'm supposed to go? Why does that feel like a safe environment for me? Why do I feel like this is a good move to marry a man or to marry a woman that has no vision for life? Why do I feel okay and safe with that? There is an issue of loneliness, of low self-esteem. There are all kind of things going on that needs to be dealt with. So that we're gonna talk about it all. Trust me, Jamal and Natasha has gotten some they have literally covered every point that you could ever imagine. It's like A to Z. Seriously, they have covered every possible scenario. Okay, brokenness, all of that. Absolutely. So, I just wanted to, obviously nobody could ever periscope all of this information. No one, you're not gonna get all of that material outside of a platform like that. And that's why I think it's really genius even to have it online to save people money so that they don't have to spend money on an airplane flight, hotel. I mean, I get that it's good to be in a company and community environments, but sometimes, it's cost effective to do it this way. You're not going to be able to get all of this information and to gather all of these different people with these different graces, anointings on topics and subjects. You're not going to get that package deal anywhere else. So I'm just telling you, I'm not a salesperson. I'm just telling you the truth. Trust me. I don't like selling. I ain't never liked, I never took a job where I had to sell anything because I don't, it's hard for me to ask people for money or to buy stuff. So, but I think this is an investment that is necessary for you to make for your future. So TOSC2016.com, please sign up. Do you think church is a culture that has ceased to be conducive? No, not at all. It depends on what church, what environment. All churches have different environments. You can't. It's hard to make a single statement like that and just say church in general. There's some amazing churches that are have conducive environments for men to grow and community and a safe environment for transparency, growth. Deliverance, counseling. You just got to be in the right environment, obviously, but you can't really say that as a whole statement for all churches. Awesome. Look forward to seeing you, Desi Montana. All right, man. Can have to be. I just missed that. So yeah, can God tell you certain things about your mate before you meet him? I suppose he can, but I'm very eerie about women saying that. I would say that could be true if you're getting certain maybe qualities. Like I've heard people say, that God spoke to them and told them like that their spouse would be like a twin or, so I'm not saying God can't get information like that. But, when people start getting into who, God telling them who their mate is, that gets a little controlling and witchcraftish. I don't ever listen to people say that because it's not good for people to make decisions off of marriage based off of a prophetic word. I don't even like when people prophesy to people, mates and stuff like that, because that's something that you need to choose at the end of the day. God is not like demanding that you marry somebody. This is your husband. This is your wife. You're going to marry him. Like that's just not, or even people who say, well, God told me you my wife, or God told me you my husband. So you better follow God. You better follow God, man of God. No, you full of witchcraft. Like he better like you. He better love you. He better think you sexy. He better think you attractive. That better be his decision, because you don't want him to wake up mad at God talking about, God, why did you make me marry this person? No, they need to have their will involved. God didn't even do that to us. He didn't even make us robotic and make us want him. If he had made us want him, we would all be saved. Like, we have our own decision. God wanted a relationship with people who wanted a relationship with him. So what makes you think from that standard that he would come down and require a different standard for marriage? Where, hey, I gave you free will to desire me, to love me. Now I draw you into my love from loving kindness, but I want you to make that decision to want me. I want you to love me with all your heart, your mind, your soul, with everything that's within you. But even though I'm treating my relationship like that, I'm going to make you marry somebody. I'm going to put a different standard on the man and the woman. God's not like that. So stop with all this prophetic stuff when it comes to marriage. He needs to like you. He needs to want you. You need to like him. You need to want him. You need to think he's fine. He needs to think you're beautiful. You're the most beautiful person he ever laid eyes on, or whatever, stuff they be talking. Yeah. So just exit all of that out of there, and make it just as real as God makes his relationship with him. Like, God doesn't do that to us. Like, we have a choice. Like, and God wants us to love him, but he don't want us to do it because he got to make us do it. That's not a real relationship. Relationships involve the will. And so, yeah, I quit. Thank you. I learned the lesson the hard way. Yes, and Marquita Rogers will be talking about some of this stuff also. I'm telling you, it's gonna be powerful. She done wrote a book, for singles. It's gonna be powerful. We got a whole lot of speakers that are just gonna be talking about different topics that they have gained the right and the authority to really be able to talk about, man. And it's not just head knowledge. This is experience. We got somebody talking about life after divorce. People need to hear about this stuff. Get out of la la land, man. Folks divorcing every day because they didn't do this thing the right way. And I'm telling you, it's a way that you can prepare where you can eliminate the risk. People don't think that, and they don't, it's a way to prepare where you can eliminate the risk of divorce. And I'm not saying that means that it's a stamp and a seal on that, because it is a risk. The relationship is a risk. Because you are dealing with another person's will. If I decide I want to get up and go somewhere tomorrow, but there are things that you can do to eliminate those risks. So invest in yourself, learn, Come on now, y'all spend money getting your hair done, your nails, and doing all kind of other stuff, and I'm all about really just investing in something that can bring value to your life, and yeah, and can add value to your life. So this is a season of adding value to yourself, invest in yourself. So I'm really encouraging you to do that. So, okay, I'm about to exit on off of here because I have some studying that I need to do. Because I have a training class tomorrow that I need to prepare for. So, again, I want to give you that website, TOSC2016.com. And you really need to get that before Sunday, because after Sunday, the prices will go up. They will go up. So get it for the deal that it's at now. Get it for the deal. And if you feel like this is something that's not, buy it for somebody else. Bless somebody else with this who man, I know a single person who just would really need to do this. Bless somebody. If you married and you're like, okay, I'm not, even though I think it's good for you too, bless somebody with it. Bless somebody. Please bless one person. Come on, y'all. Bless somebody. That's a part of life. You give and you reap, what you sow. So, sow into yourself, yes. And if you're not going to do it, sow into somebody else. Come on now. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Blessings to you all. I'll be back on soon. Hey, and I'm almost done with my preparing everything for my website and my material. So I'm getting on it. And once I get started, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be an amazing journey towards healthier living. Okay, so just remember that I'm working on that, and it's almost finished. Everything is almost finished, and I'll be connecting with you guys in a greater way. I've just had to pull back and really just do a lot of foundation. It's not easy. Trying to build an online business. So it takes a lot of work. So I've been super busy. So I apologize for not being on here as much, but it's coming. It's the hard work is going to pay off. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have a blessed Friday, and I love you guys. All right. Bye-bye.